everyone, Boardgame Brody here with Meeple Mountain. I have a fresh copy of Camp Pinetop by Talon Strikes Studios. This game is a hand management area influence game for 1 to 5 players, so grab your sash to place the Meeple Mountain achievement patch while I tell you 6 things that you need to know about this game. Number 1, the objective of the game. So you start at the rank of the possum, which lets you have a hand limit of 8 cards, and as you rise in ranks by achieving certain types of badges, you will have a lower hand size limit until you get to the badger status, and at that point, you win the game. First to get there wins. In addition to the listed patches that you need to advance, you will also need to get a certain number of enhanced achievements by essentially gaining the same patch twice. Each arrow shown with a number for its rank will also list how many enhanced achievements you need, as well as to advance to the next rank. Number 2, how to gain achievement patches. So in this game, you're going to start with 1 camper out on the board. The board is made out of cards, and to better understand this process, let me first mention all the actions that you can perform on your turn. So you can do 1 of 4 different actions. First, you can draw 2 cards from the supply area, but only from one side or the other, plus the supply deck. But in case of a wild, you can only grab that 1 card instead. Secondly, you can draw 1 card, not including a wild, and move one of your campers to a new map location. Movement is always adjacent and never kitty corner. Whenever moving, if you move to a card where another player or players have their campers, then you will have to give 1 card to each of those players. Third, you can move your camper to a new map location and then collect an achievement badge. When doing this action, you will have to have the type of cards in your hand that matches the one stated on the card you land on, and the achievement that you gain is the one from the direction which you came from on the card that you landed on. This can be a little confusing to some, so I'm trying to show that you don't get this achievement from the card that you came from, but the one that you landed on in the direction that you came from. Like for this move, it would be this achievement. And for this one, it would be this achievement as long as you can pay the types of cards shown on the bottom of the card that you landed on. And lastly, for the 4th action, you can place a new camper onto the board by discarding a pair of supply cards that have matching tent symbols. And you will place your new camper on a card with that same tent symbol. So throughout the game, you'll be taking cards from the supply, either once flipped up on one side or the other, or from the deck, or a combination to gain cards to pay for your new achievement badges. But again, location of your campers and the direction that you move will set you up for the achievements you actually want, so plan accordingly. Number 3, achievement badges. When gaining a patch, you will also gain a bonus to let you break some of the rules in the game, like moving more than once on a turn, or being able to pick up supply cards from both the right and left side. So as you rank up, you will have added bonuses, but your hand size will also start to shrink. Again, you will eventually need to advance within one of your earned basic achievements to an enhanced achievement to rank up. And completing a badge a second time will let you flip your achievement tile over to the enhanced side to get an even more powerful action of the same type. Number 4, the mastery cards. There will be 4 of these placed out in the game, and when you are able to master what's listed on the card, you're able to take one of your mastery discs and place it on one of the 4 achievements shown on the card. Each card has 3 similar achievements on the top with one little bit different shown on the shirt. This is a great way to gain an enhanced achievement or to gain one more difficult to earn achievement that you've been not able to do. Other players can master these after another player has as well, but those players will be limited to gain the leftover bonuses shown on the card without a mastery disc. Number 5. The expansion goodness. Now there is currently 2 different expansions that you can combine with the base game to change your experience and add a little more to the game. The Nature expansion introduces wildlife and weather to add in more conditions. For example, you can't move onto a card where the bear token is located, but you can gain 1 additional map movement when entering a tile with the eagle token. And other random wildlife tokens might cause you to pay more cards to complete a skill, things like that. The weather is marked with a token that starts on the top left of the board and moves clockwise around the cards, and depending on the weather, it makes it either better or worse to do things in that column or row where that weather token is located. When it's sunny and you're located on that column or row, if you complete a skill, then you earn an additional supply card. But when it's snowy, you will discard a card if you end your turn there. And the rain makes you discard a card just moving onto that spot. The camp condition cards will then tell you how to move the tokens, and this is done each time a tower icon is shown on the back of a supply card. The Observation Tower expansion introduces the tower that is placed out on the board. Whenever you are located in the same row or column as the tower and you are moving your camper, you can then choose to move 1 space towards the tower for free and then proceed with the remainder of your movement. Also, double supply cards are added in and count as 2 icons needed to gain an achievement. These expansions add some change to the game, and you can play with one or the other or both, giving you a lot more to do and think about on your turn. Number 6, my thoughts and strategy for the game. So again, what you're doing really is getting cards and turning them in for achievements. The better you can do this, the better you can perform in the game. Like most games, the more efficient you can be with these mechanics, the better you will do. So to be more efficient at gaining cards, you can get more campers on the board, as when another player ends on the same card, then they will have to give you an additional card. And in addition, more campers let you become more efficient when moving around the board. If you need a certain achievement, you won't have to walk across the board to get it because most likely you have a camper close by. Another tip is the mastery cards can be an efficient way to gain additional achievements without spending any of the supply cards in your hand. So pop that into your strategy equation, and gaining certain achievements first will also help you get additional powers to use in your favor. Planning can be a big part of the winning strategy. And lastly, hand size will be shrinking, so it might be easier to get those diamond patches early with a larger hand, but also you can strategically stay in a lower rank to have a larger hand size to help you out, and then with just a couple moves you're able to rise up in ranks. Your goal from the beginning of the game should be to gain achievements of one of the patterns shown on the Badger rank area, with 3 of those areas also being enhanced achievements as well. So there is some good strategy in the game and also changes with the expansions. The theme is shared throughout the game as you're earning patches on your uniform to increase your rank. But in the core, this game is getting cards and spending them wisely to gain additional bonuses to eventually fulfill the requirements to win the game. The game scales very well with player count by adding in additional cards to form a bigger map. And so this game would most likely be for those who like the theme, or for those who would like to play non-complicated games but still have some strategy incorporated in with it. So grab your tent, your sleeping bag, and well, probably your hiking shoes with your family and friends to visit Camp Pinetop by Talon Strikes Studios. Again, this is Boardgame Brody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around and check out some other board game reviews to see what you might want to get to the table.